Good evening. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to open up in prayer in just a minute, but first off, I just want to thank you so much for everyone coming out here. Just going to be a good time as we witness and amaze the wonderful talents God has given us in this church. So it's going to be a good time. But this is a talent show, and a talent show without an audience is nothing. So you guys are the audience, so you're a big part of this. It's going to be a good time, and we've been practicing for this talent show for a long time. We had rehearsal yesterday, and we've been patient with it, but we know in the end it's all for God's glory. So thank you again for being part of something that's for God's glory. So, who here has been to the movies ever? Okay, I'm gonna do this the best as possible. All right. Please, all those who have cell phones, turn them off. So if you have a cell phone, please turn them off, and so just less distracting, but yeah. Thank you. Let's pray together. Dear God, thank you so much for finally letting us do this talent show. Thank you for all the faces that are in the pews, that they would find this talent show to be something relaxing and just a good time together. And just pray for all the people who are doing the talent show, that they'd have steady nerves. Even I'm nervous a little bit coming up here, but I know that you see what's going on even now. And Father, I pray that we would just do this all for your glory. And Easter is coming up soon, and we just remember what you did on the cross and how you died for us and rose again on the third day. And we know that you give us you give your Spirit to us, that we can just have the knowledge to have a talent, and that every perfect gift is given from above, coming down from the Father of lights. Thank you so much for that, and just pray that we would glorify you this evening, and we would just have a good time. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, give it up for DJ David. He's kind of my assistant.
So, I just wanted to say something before we got started. So Ben and I, we were planning to be in this talent show. We had this whole plan, and I was going to go in to the practice, and I was going to hold my breath. And I was going to be like, as long as I could, it was going to be super cool. And then, so I went in there, held my breath, they timed me, and then they showed me my time. And it was 41 seconds. And they're like, David, 95% of people can hold their breath for longer than that. So we're just going to have to pass on that. So, Ben and I, we're here, and we are just the in-between, the distraction between the real talent that is actually going to be here tonight. So if you're out there and you're like, I have no talents, you'll feel like us, so we're good. And so Ben is now going to introduce the first act.
Nathaniel Lacey performing on the piano a Mario-themed medley. Coming up, give him a hand. Thank you, Nathaniel. He's really good at the piano. He's my brother. Like one time he was playing and he was blindfolded. One time I saw him playing and I was looking at him. I was like, Nathaniel, you're playing blindfolded. I can't even play unblindfolded with glasses. 3 pairs of glasses. It's like crazy, but no, good job.
Next up, we have Evan Gould, the mad scientist, and he's going to be performing something pretty cool.
He's going to do a science experiment, a fire snake science experiment, and if you're anything like Miss Lynn that doesn't want anything to do with science or snakes, you can go to the back of the lobby and we'll call you in when it's done.
My talent tonight is a science experiment called the black fire snake, and I'll show you the chemical reactions that will occur using basic household items. The items you will be using, that I'll be using, is tin foil, a pan, baking soda, powdered sugar, rubbing alcohol, a lighter, and a measuring spoon. First, we'll be laying a protective surface down on the table. For this, I'll be using the foil. I'll add a required ingredients. We will make a 3-to-1 ratio of powdered sugar to baking soda. When you're doing this, you have to make sure you stir it great, really good. First, we'll be adding the sugar and we'll make a hole in the sand then and put rubbing alcohol inside. Then we'll put a few scoops of the sugar inside the funnel. And then a little bit of alcohol. When you're doing this step, you should make sure to pat it down as much as you can. Now you push it out of the funnel. Now add a little bit more alcohol. Now I will light it. Okay. As the fire snake is burning, there is a chemical reaction that is an intuescent reaction. The sodium bicarbonate, which is the baking soda, produces a carbon dioxide gas or CO2, while the sugar creates a carbon-containing ash. It takes a little bit to light, but once it takes off, it starts making, the ash starts going up and it starts making loops if you can make it the right way. This is like the ash substance. It's really delicate, as you can see. It's easily to break apart. It's slowly growing, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that in the back, but kind of taking off, but right now I'm going to add some airflow, kind of. While it's forming, it actually kind of smells like marshmallows, roasting marshmallows. But it's slowly taking off now. As it cooks, like as it grows, the sugar and the baking soda that's on the top starts crystallizing and hardening. But it's kind of taking off. The sand that I use it acts like kind of a barrier so you don't burn your hand when you're trying to take care of it, when you're disposing of it. It's actually starting to grow. You can see that it's growing. But it takes a little bit. One thing I should say to the kids, if you ever want to do this, don't do it alone. You should do it with adult supervision. It's actually starting to take off faster now.
Any takers? It's only his mother's.
This is the aftermath. Some of them can actually get really big. Some of the ones I've seen has gone over the table they've done it on. This is only a small portion. So. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. Wow, that was really good. With a mind as bright as that, he'll probably have cancer cured by 20. Man. Next up, we have the amazing Gabe, and he's going to be performing something that will amaze you.
Hi, my name is Gabe, and I will be performing illusions for you. So, for my first illusion, here I have this normal cube and this jailbox. It is empty, so I will just stick that here for now, and I will stick this right in there. Now, here's the jailbox. It is fully empty. Now, I will pull the cube out, and I will stick it right in there. Okay. So now I'll close it, I'll throw it in the air, and it is now gone. And if I did it correctly, the cube should be in my hat. Hey, and for my second illusion, I will need a volunteer from the audience to help me with this one. Jay. Okay, so this is my friend. You both have probably not met him. He is from our co-op group, so I call him up. So, Jay, you saw me do this at co-op. So, here is this box in this colorful die. So, he will choose his favorite color, and then he'll stick it like this and stick it up. Then he will put the lid on, and I will be facing that way so I cannot see what he will choose, and I will figure out his color. So here you go. And show the audience your color. Okay. Are you sure that you know your color? Yep. Okay. So, now I will put this up my forehead. You have to think very carefully about your color, and I will figure it out. Okay, your color is red.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so for my third illusion, and my grandpa has still not figured out how to do that. Okay, for my third illusion, I'll need another volunteer with a $20 bill. Okay, another $1 bill. Okay, so I have this $20 bill. I will fold it up, and I will stick it in this mystery box. And I will close it on up. Now, here I have my rag. I will put it over my box. If I can get it to go over the box. Okay, so now I will give it a couple taps to make his $20 bill go away. Let's hope. Okay, let's see. And his $20 bill is now gone. Alright, now for my fourth illusion. Oh, I'm sorry, you want that back. Okay, so let's put this rag over it. Give it a couple taps. Let's hope I can reverse this and make it come back. If not, I'll just have to keep your $20 bill. Oops. Let's try it one more time. Put the rag over it. Give it a couple taps. Take the rag off. There you go. Okay, for my last illusion, here I have this blue box and this glass of orange juice. So, I will make this glass of orange juice disappear. So I will stick it in here. Now, You know, in the morning, you have to rise for a nutritious breakfast. And then you have to open the fridge door to get a glass of orange juice. And now the cup is gone. Then you have to shut the fridge, or your father will get mad at you. So, you gotta shut the fridge, and then you gotta shut the lights out when you get out of the kitchen. So, and there's the orange juice. Thank you for watching me. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.
Good job, Gabe. Thank you for trusting Gabe with your $20 bill. But yeah, Gabe messed with our eyes so much. I think we're gonna all have to see the eye doctor tomorrow. So much. Oh.
Next up, the duo that has taken the internet by storm, the YouTube phenoms, Dottie and Ina.
The Wina Ither Show.
Hello, Hephzibah. It's good to be back by popular demand. It's been a while since we've been with you. I'd like to have our first guest come out tonight by popular demand, Miss Hildegard Furt. Hi, Hildegard. How are you?
Oh, honey Jolly, it's so good to be back here.
It's so good to see you again. What have you been up to?
Up to? Look at this.
You look lovely.
I thought so.
What have you been up to?
5'2". I never got above that.
Oh.
You know, unless you wear them really high
heels.
Yeah,
And
but
you, no,
no,
that's not you.
No. I'm
So-
just glad to have feet.
Are you working these days?
Well, you know, I was looking for this job. I wanted that job where somebody sits in a little closet somewhere, and when people walk up to that automatic door, they push the button so the door will open for them. I haven't found where you go for that. I don't know. how to apply.
You didn't get that job? No. So what are you doing now?
Well, let me tell you. Look at this. It's pretty much work, but I lost the half, so it's an open face.
Let me read that again. Health Mania by Hildegard Furt. Call 1-800-199-FURT.
Furt. Yeah, you know what?
Like Furt, like,
Well, Hildegard Furt.
Yeah?
And guess what I found?
what did you find?
Well, I'll tell you, look at this.
That's a beautiful color.
I know, isn't it pretty? It's just so pretty. And this is fertilizer. Fertilizer. I'll tell you, it's fertilizer.
You.
Well, I think it got the name first. But yeah, I just figured since it was fertilizer and I was Furt, might work.
Might work. What will it do?
Well, you see all these little beads. This doesn't cost a whole lot, you know, $199.95 for this little pack. But it'll last you lifetime.
Lifetime?
Lifetime. Well, it might depend on how long your lifetime. I'm sorry. But you know, it takes one of these little things. You just put it in your dirt. If you don't have enough dirt, get some from your neighbors. Tell them when they take a bath, save the dirt. You know.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, and then you just put one of these in your dirt, and then you decide what you're going to grow. You don't want to grow a tree, but maybe just strawberries.
Strawberries, that sounds good.
I thought strawberries sounded good. You just put one of these in that dirt, and I'll tell you, looky here. Just looky here what you get. Looky here. I'll put that back. I don't want to lose that. Look at this. Isn't that the prettiest strawberry?
Looks nice and juicy.
I know. Oh, look at this one, and look at this one. And they're just there. I'll tell you. And you know what? Now it's called miracle fruit, or whatever it's called. Anyway.
Miracle fruit.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what you do. Now, I can sell these too, probably. Because my Uncle Phineas, he willed this to me. He made this thing, and he willed it to me.
Did he die?
Oh, why you ask that?
Well, you said he willed it to you.
Yeah, he just said, I can't handle this thing, will you take it? If I can't handle it, I might will it back. Anyway, look at this. It's an electric hammer. Did you ever see such a trashing?
An electric hammer.
Electric hammer. He just forgot to put a switch on it. so I tell you,
How does it work?
well, that's what I'm about to tell you, honey child. You just take this.
Can I help you here?
Yeah, I like for that. You just take this here. Now this is you know what this is? This is a plug strip.
Plug strip.
And when you press this button, it turns it on.
Okay.
Well, it's this button right here. So we're going to turn it off right now because we're going to plug it in. You got a place here to plug it in, right?
Sure.
Okay, you just plug it in there. Now, I'll tell you what.
Ready?
No. You better hold on to it with one hand. You don't have enough hands. Oh, well.
How about if I move it over this way?
And that sounds good to me. Because I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mash up one of these strawberries. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
When I say, don't do it till I say okay. Okay. Oh, turn it off! Turn it off! I knew he needed to put a switch on that thing. Oh my gosh. I won't be selling that one. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what. This is Miracle Fruit.
Miracle fruit.
Yep, from Miracle Fruit. Anyway. Was there anything you ever wanted to do you just couldn't do?
You know, I always wanted to be able to snap my fingers. That would have come in so handy to call my daughter Ms. Rita.
You mean snap like that?
I just could never snap.
Well, I'll tell you what, honey child, you are in for a treat. Now, I want you to take your finger. Just touch. Just get a little drop. Don't get too much. Don't get too much. Touch it on your tongue. Swirl it around your mouth a little bit. Isn't it good?
Nice and juicy and
Yeah.
sweet.
Now, I'll tell you what, you try to snap your fingers. Whoa!
It's a miracle. I can snap.
I knew it. Isn't that great? I bet we have somebody out here who would like to do something they never was able to do. Got any volunteers? Any volunteers? Oh, look at them, look at them.
A lot of volunteers.
This little gal right over here. Come on over, honey child. Get over here. Get right up here. You just tell us.
What's your name?
My name is Rita.
And what did you ever want to do?
Well, you know, I always wish that I could whistle real loud. Now I'm talking loud, like maybe loud enough to even break glass. Loud.
Whoa. That might be dangerous in here, but I'll tell you what, honey child. Now don't you take too much.
Okay.
But you just touch it with your finger, touch it on your tongue, just like no, this one here, honey, the one that's been burst open. Ain't that good?
That's good.
Oh man! Now I'll tell you what. Let's hear if you can whistle.
Let me try.
Look at that.
Whoa. Another miracle?
I don't think she broke anything. Let's see. Anything break anywhere?
Nothing broke.
I think something did break somewhere.
Look what happened.
What?
What happened?
Because I had them in my pocket and they broke into 2 pieces.
Let me see. Let me see.
How did that happen?
Well, looky here. Looky here. Honey child, you be careful with that whistle. You ain't getting any of this fruit, never, ever, ever. I'll tell you, you too dangerous. No fruit for her.
Thank you, Rita. Glad you can whistle. That whistle would have come in handy calling Ms. Rita, too. Between the snapping and the whistling, Ms. Rita would have listened better.
I remember her. She is a bad one.
She was.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Hildegard, for coming and being our guest tonight.
Well, thank y'all.
Remember, you can get your Miracle Furt at 1-800 Hildegard Furt, 1-800-189-FERT Furt.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it.
What are you going to change it to?
281 fruit. And they was bad. I got to go. I'm going back to Japan.
Bye, Hildegard.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight, and they will be back later. All right, at this time, we're introducing the man who skipped his show on Broadway, our very own Donovan Houston. He will be playing Because He Lives on the clarinet. Thank you, Donovan. I have a question for you, Donovan. Who lives? Amen. All right.
All right, we're going to do something special before Abby comes up here because I've heard that she only comes up and performs if it gets really loud and she needs a big entrance. So we're going to need the full congregation to get loud real quick and we'll just show you what you got to do. So we're going to be real quiet and we're going to go, Abby, Abby. And then we're going to get real loud and then as soon as it's like the loudest it's ever been in here, she's going to come up. So we'll lead you. Abby, 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 Abby. Let's get up for Abby! Thank you, Abby. That was beautiful and better than I'll ever be able to do on any instrument ever.
All right, we're going to be viewing Miss Diana Gold's beautiful photography up on the screen.
Thank you, Diana, for putting that together. It was just really cool to see and just a reminder of how awesome God's creation truly is.
All right, at this moment we have Mr. Glenn Ritter, and he is going to present two songs to us, When Irish Eyes Are Smiling and My Wild Irish Rose, not on the piano, not on the guitar, not on the clarinet, not on a recorder, but an accordion. What is an accordion? Let's find out. Thank you, Mr. Glenn. Like, I thought you had to be a spider in order to play that, like, using all the... Okay.
Who wants to work out some abs? Well, you're about to get the chance regardless, because we're going to be laughing so hard that our stomachs are going to be working out, and it'll be great. So here comes Jim Gould with stand-up comedy.
Good evening. Well, I almost didn't make it here tonight. I was at work earlier changing a gas tank with one of my coworkers on a car. Well, he left one of the fuel lines connected, pulled down on it, and all the pressure from the tank covered me in gasoline. But it's okay. I made it here because there's no matches around. But how many Eagles fans do we got out there tonight? All right, stop rubbing it in now. I still got your running back. You know, the Bills, hey, we can't help it he wanted to go to the Browns. You know, but, yeah, we could have won the Super Bowl. I'm a huge Bills fan. 4 times in a row. But we didn't. Yeah. The only thing worse than being a Bills fan right about now is being a Colts fan. I mean, come on. You can't even make it to the playoffs with a quarterback's last name Luck. Yeah. Well, I originally wanted just to come up here. I'm usually the guy that just sits down, cowers in the corner, and doesn't want to be called on. I hate attention. But I wanted to sit here and explain. I've been here coming to this church for 3 years now, and really haven't explained nothing, just because I've been quiet. But I want to introduce myself, my family, and they're wonderful, believe me. I got my wife, Diana. She's kitchen manager at McDonald's. She's pretty good at what she does. I mean, she's so good she takes orders in her sleep. When she sleeps talks, she's, welcome to McDonald's, may I take your order? So I play along. I'm wide awake half the time. I play along. Yes, ma'am, I'd like a Big Mac. Sorry, sir. She's still not realizing it's me. We're out of Big Macs. What? This is McDonald's. How can you be out of Big Macs? We are, sir. I'm sorry. Well, I want to speak to your manager. Sir, I am the manager. I can go back and forth with her all night long until she finally gives me a complimentary meal, which when she wakes up, I never really get. And we got Haley, my oldest. She's going to be 15 in September. Oh, she's always a handful, but she's done smart. I swear, I don't know where she gets it from. I think the nurses switched her at birth at the hospital. But my proudest moment of her was about 7 years ago. She went to a craft show with my mother-in-law. And she had this nice pink dress on. She was playing with one of the other vendors' kids. Well, the kid's father gave them Cheetos. Nice, cheesy Cheetos. Got her hands all orange. So she takes her nice orange hands and rubs them down this pink dress. And the guy asked her, why would you do that to such a pretty dress? She looks him straight in the eyes without missing a beat. It's because I'm a redneck like my daddy. But that's always good. And we got Evan. You seen him earlier. Sorry, I gotta keep looking up, make sure this building's not falling down on me with me actually talking to people. But we got Evan. He's a science nerd and loves bugs. But this kid's always doing experiments, blowing stuff up. I'm about ready to start calling the bomb squad to have on standby. And he started out he had a bug collection. Started out with a tarantula, no big deal. Now he's moving on to praying mantises and who knows what else he's going to try to bring in my house. So one of these days while he's at school, I'm going to call Exterminex in. That collection will be gone in a heartbeat. And Michael, my nice Michael, he can put a smile on anybody's face. He sits there, cheer you up, you're in a bad mood, he can cheer you up just by smiling. But when it's bedtime, when it's bedtime, it turns into an all-out argument. I have to go downstairs, get my SWAT team, just get my SWAT gear, because I got weird stuff like that all over the house. But I got to get my SWAT gear up, come up, hey, Michael, it's bedtime.
No, I don't want to.
Michael, it's bedtime.
I want Mommy.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, trying to get him upstairs to bed. His veins are green. Next thing you know, he turns into the Incredible Hulk. I don't want to. Hulk smash. Starts throwing me around like he did Thor and Loki. But he's all in all, he's still a good kid. And finally, we got Gabriel. That kid is so high-strung. All he does is talk. I think he's practicing to be a lawyer when he grows up. He'll sit there, he'll argue over everything until he just sits there and argues. He'll argue over what kind of jelly to put in his house. We get two options in our house. We got strawberry and grape jelly. Strawberry and grape. I mean, how simple can it be? No, this kid goes, I want peach. Argue. Next thing you know, all I hear is, okay, I'll go get you peach. But sometimes he argues so much it almost feels like an episode of Judge Judy. And I just love these kids so much. They're my family. I do whatever I can for them. But they're going to be the death of me. At my age, I can't even keep up with them. I walk around and it sounds like firecrackers going off half the time when I wake up in the morning. Pop, knees, everything. But I always was hard on cars growing up. I used to buy cars just to blow them up. I've jumped cars into ponds, broke them in half, lit cars on fire, not on purpose though. That was my dad's car when I went off-roading without him knowing. It's the only time I ever got pulled over on the back of a tow truck. But I just want to thank you for letting me take this time and have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Gold, for working out our abs. All right, while you're in the laughing mood, I'm going to perform a little 30-second joke just to keep you laughing. All right. Young Johnny, and I thought of Johnny when I got this joke, but young Johnny went to the candy store with his mother. At the candy store was a candy maker. The candy maker asked young Johnny if he liked jelly beans. Young Johnny was shy, but he nodded yes. The candy maker gave permission for him to grab a handful of jelly beans, but Johnny didn't move. He kept repeating, "Go ahead, Johnny, grab a handful." Young Johnny still didn't move. After a while, the candy maker lost patience with Johnny and suddenly took a handful himself and stuffed it in the boy's hands. When young Johnny and his mother left the store, his mother asked Johnny, "Why didn't you grab a handful of jelly beans like the candy maker?" All right, sorry, I'll repeat it. When young Johnny and his mother left the store, his mother asked, "Johnny, why didn't you grab a handful of jelly beans like the candy maker insisted? You love jelly beans." He replied, "His hand was bigger than mine."
Next up, we'll have Jeremiah and Annalisa on the recorder, and they'll be playing Ode to Joy and Amazing Grace. Thank you, Jeremiah and Annalisa. Man, it amazes me how much talent their family has, and I was just amazed, like Annalisa just chilling here, like looking around, blowing, moving fingers. I'm like, wow, that's pretty crazy to me, but I don't know.
All right, next up on the schedule we have Benjamin Lacey. Can I talk to you real quick, Benjamin? So Benjamin, what's this film about that you're about to show? There's no need to be nervous, Benjamin. What is it about? I kind of forget. Benjamin, go sit back down. All right, we'll find out what this film's about. Thank you for playing that. It was a little off. Sorry about that, but it was something going into the sound room. You guys need help? No. But speaking of the sound room, I'd just like to say, has anyone heard of WJTL? Like, listen, WJTL, the radio station. Has anyone heard about that? Oh, it's a radio station. Does anyone know what it stands for? Oh, I don't know either, but the name came to mind. It's kind of perfect. WJTL is up there right now. It stands for, I made it up, Wonderful John, Tyler, and Luke. And you guys are wonderful. Without them, they would not be able to be here. So your nickname is WJTL. But at this moment, they're going to play another video. a special message from Steve Knox concerning the mission trip.
Hi, welcome to Broken Arrow Bible Ranch. We're having a little work day today, cutting up this ponderosa tree, and we're looking forward to your team from Hephzibah Baptist Church coming out in April and helping us for a week, and we're looking forward to that. And I just want to thank you in advance for putting it all together, raising the funds, and seeing your team come out and serve together with us here in New Mexico.
Thank you, WJTL. That video was a little off too, but you'll get it right. So at this time, we're gonna take a 15-minute break, intermission. At this moment, you can go view the arts and crafts display in the lobby, and if you have need of a restroom, you can go take that. And if you wish to make a donation to the mission trip that we're going on, now is the time to do it. And if you have previously already donated, we thank you so much, and that'll help us a lot. But so if you wish to make a donation, this was the time to be it. This would be the time to do it. There are boxes in the lobby if you want. So you are dismissed. Stop looking at me. Go. As you slowly come back in, those who are still in the lobby. Hey!
All right, next up we have my brother's senior film. He graduated from Bob Jones University last year. But it's a really good film and it's won a lot of awards, so we'll enjoy that right now.
How many times has this happened to you? You have a very important project, you have a whole week to work on it, and you start the day before it's due. No, why me? But I'm not worried, because so far it's been a breeze. Well, it's been a little rough, but I got it under control. It's been a lot rough, but I'm getting there. I can't figure out how to do this stupid project.
Sports radio. This was really coming down to the wire, Marv. One big play could define it all.
Yeah, that's right, Bob. He's still got a little bit of time. I still think we can pull off a miracle here.
Time is winding down, the clock nearing 0-0.
He's about to make a move here, I can tell. Don't count him out yet.
Gotta question that strategy there.
I just can't tell what's going through this kid's mind.
Nope. Yeah. Nah. No. Ugh. Willow. If there was a girl at my school that I would even consider dating, it'd be her.
Hey Tyler, are you done with the project yet?
Getting there.
Welcome back to the action. Thanks for joining us. It's been a back and forth battle, but still anybody's ball game at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what else he has up his sleeve, but at this point in the game, he better go for something big.
Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. I shouldn't. Well, actually, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Marv, what do you think at this point?
Bob, I think we're just going to have to look back and recap this whole thing to see what has gotten us to this point.
Let's do it. You know, let's just skip to the story.
All right, everybody, that wraps up this section.
Here we go. I'm just sitting in class, minding my own business, doing my best to pay attention. So bored.
Ooh, Willow is looking good today. Are you gonna talk to her today, finally? Huh? You won't? There's no way you're doing it. You can't even talk to her, bro. You're gonna chicken out. Again.
Seriously?
LOL.
No. I feel the need to mention that this is indeed college.
Oh man, you stutter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last project of the semester. Because of that, it's going to be worth more points than any other project. This could really help some of you who need the points.
I probably should have realized by now that I wasn't doing so great in this class.
Just a horrible performance.
The lack of unity on the field.
Just can't seem to get it together.
This might be the worst team in the league right now.
Looks like another rebuilding year.
I just don't know what to make of them.
It's a really long season. We're just trying to take it a game at a time. I get an A on this project, I'll pass the class.
What?
I said if we win this game, we'll make the playoffs.
All right, so I made this a group project.
I'm gonna speed this up.
To hopefully make it easier on you all. What I'll be doing is dividing you up into pairs. But I want you to know you can work alone if you have your
Wait,
partners
what?
able to do so.
What I'll be doing is dividing you up into pairs.
Who would have thought we would be partners on this project? Shopping at the mall together, hanging out at the game, taking a romantic walk.
Hold on, this is ridiculous.
Just keep smiling.
Okay, so the pairings are Julie and Pedro.
Tyler and Willow.
Sophia, you'll be with TJ.
Tyler and Willow.
Caleb and Danielle. Joshua and Leah. Tyler, you'll be with Evelyn.
Are you serious? That was a bad call. The ref was right there. You saw the play. Didn't you hear me yelling out there on the field? I don't even know what to say. Honestly. No! Anyone could tell you that they would rather be with Willow than Evelyn.
We interrupt the regularly scheduled broadcast to ask the question, who would you rather be paired up with, Willow or Evelyn?
Willow, totally. Willow, definitely. Willow for sure. No doubt about that. It's not even a question. Willow. Willow wins. Will you please date me?
Dr. Simmons, are you sure I'm supposed to be with Evelyn?
You can look at the replay. Tyler, you'll be with Evelyn.
Can we, do a partner swap?
I did say if you want to work alone, you can do that, but you will need your partner's approval.
Oh, wow. I just can't believe that.
Yeah, Bob, I don't know what to think of it. It's been an emotional roller coaster for sure for me on this side. Let's see what happens now.
Hey, Tyler, do you want to go and study in the library at 7 tomorrow?
Not with you. That'll work.
Okay, cool.
I tell you what, that was great acting right there. Give that man an Oscar.
I had no desire to be at the library at this moment, but I hit it well.
Hey,
I hate these projects.
don't worry about it. We'll work on it together.
Tyler in the library?
We'll just leave you alone.
Invite me to the wedding.
Hey, so if any of my friends come around, I'm gonna let them know that this is for a project.
One-on-one situation here.
Because, I don't want them to think that.
Yes! What a confident shot.
No offense.
I love that one, Bob. That was a great move.
Let's see if he can do it again. Coming through the lane one more time.
So, I gotta know, how excited were you when you found out that I was gonna be your partner for this project?
I thought you struggled at school. No offense.
Completely rejected, swatted right out of there.
But he's not going to give up. He's going to keep going here. Let's see what he does on this next play.
Okay, Tyler. The nerd gets all A's.
All you have to do is get her to like you.
You might not even have to do anything.
Just work a little of your magic.
That's the only way you're passing this class.
You look really nice today, Evelyn. You look really nice today. You look really nice today. You look nice today. You look... You're trying to make her think you like her, but I don't. You look nice today, Evelyn.
Do that one again.
Hey, Willow. My goodness, I just said Willow. I can't. Can we just take a break? You look really nice today, Evelyn. Was that good?
I can tell when compliments are fake.
I'm not really sure if he can manage a comeback on that one.
I doubt that one.
Hey, Tyler.
Wow, Willow, you look really nice today.
What you working on?
Just the dumb project thing.
But that's not due till Friday. So? It's Tuesday, so why work on it?
Exactly, that's what I've been saying.
Well, if you start on it now, you won't have to do it.
Hey, I was gonna get coffee. You should come.
Yeah, definitely.
What about the project?
I think you can figure it out without Tyler's help.
Well, you can leave, that's fine, but I'm gonna finish this one. You'll have to do one on your own.
This is a really difficult decision for him, Marv. Does he go for it all, or does he play it safe?
Yeah. That'll work.
It looks like he's going to go for it. We'll have to see how it turns out.
You know what? This really isn't my favorite scene, so I'm just gonna skip it.
Man, I gotta question that all the way through.
I just don't think he made the right call there.
I thought it was a good call at the time.
At that point, you gotta take a step back and say, let's play it safe.
Yeah,
I blew it. She probably would have done the project for me.
Hey, Tyler, who you talking to?
No one?
Can you stop, man? That's kind of weird. Hey, Tyler, can you get that? I think it's the pizza.
Hey, what are you doing here?
How's the project going?
Oh, great. You know, I'm just plowing my way through it.
Came to see if I could help you.
Oh, help. Oh, no, I don't need any help. No. Like I said, I'm just slowly just pounding away on it. But, you know, since you're here, I can't deny you the opportunity, you know, to help me with this, so.
Look, I just came here so I could help you pass the class. But if you're okay, I'm just gonna go.
Evelyn, wait.
What?
I need your help.
Okay.
When something good happens to you, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to look back
Okay, so what do you have done so far?
to what brought me here.
Well, as you can see, I have the.
Okay, well that's a start. Let me show you what I have, okay?
I wasn't supposed to be here, but you made me believe.
Hey, Evelyn.
Even after I ditched you, I was rude to you.
You look really nice today.
Evelyn, you the real MVP.
How was that?
It was better.
Alright. Are you serious? A love movie? I'm changing the channel.
Bro, go back. I want to see the ending to this.
Nah, there's no way I'm going back.
Dude, you can't just get me hooked on a movie and then just cut me right before the ending.
Why is there nothing on? Why is everything like on the credits?
Bro, that's a sign. It means that you gotta go back to the movie so we can watch the ending.
Romantic movies are like the worst.
Dude, the ending's probably the best part.
I don't want to see a romantic movie at all.
You never know, you might actually like this one.
You really like love movies? Are you kidding me right now?
Because it's a real life situation, bro. Don't you have those moments where you see a girl, you make eye contact? It's kind of awkward, cringy, but you know it's there.
Bro, you're weird.
You're weird.
You are the weird one here.
Dude, you're weird,
Dude, you have no life. Who even cares about the guy who recorded the sound on set?
Doing sound is a hard job. You gotta appreciate what they do.
For real.
Man, sound recorders are people too.
Yeah, I'm done. Take the remote.
Thank you. Now, where was it?
Well, we got a grade back for our project.
How do we do?
We got an A.
Really? That's awesome. You really saved me on that one.
Well, we did it together.
Yeah. Hey, Evelyn. Do you want to get some coffee sometime?
Sure,
How does tomorrow at 7 sound?
that'll work.
Cool. Who would have thought we would be partners on this project? Shopping at the mall together, hanging out at the game, taking a romantic
This is gross.
walk.
Thank you, Luke. How many people have seen that film? Before that, well, the people who haven't, I hope you worked out your abs again.
Before we welcome Isabella up to the stand, I'm curious, Ben, do you remember what you did Wednesday morning?
Wednesday morning? Well,
How about Tuesday morning?
Yeah, no.
Well, Isabella's going to come up and recite all of Acts, and after that, because I can't even remember what I did last night, we might feel pretty badly, but it's a really cool thing, so let's enjoy it. Acts 3.
Acts chapter 3. Now Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour. And a certain man, lame from his mother's womb, was carried, and they lay daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple. Who, seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked an alms. And Peter, fastening his eyes upon him with John, said, Look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up. And immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. And he, leaping up, stood and walked, and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising God. And all the people saw him walking and praising God. And they knew that was he which sat for alms at the beautiful gate of the temple. And they were filled with wonder and amazement at that which had happened unto him. And as the lame man which was healed held Peter and John, all the people ran together unto them in the porch that is called Solomon's, greatly wondering. And when Peter saw it, he answered unto the people, Ye men of Israel, why marvel ye at this, or why look ye so earnestly on us, as though by our own power or holiness we had made this man to walk? The God of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob, the God of our fathers, hath glorified his Son Jesus, whom ye delivered up, and denied him in the presence of Pilate, when he was determined to let him go. But ye denied the Holy One and the just, and desired a murderer to be granted unto you, and killed the Prince of Life, whom God hath raised from the dead, whereof we are witnesses. And his name through faith in his name hath made this man strong, whom ye see and know. Yea, the faith which is by him hath given him this perfect soundness in the presence of you all. And now, brethren, I wot that through ignorance ye did it, as did also your rulers. But those things which God before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer, he hath so fulfilled. Repent ye therefore, and be baptized, and be converted, that your sins may be blotted out, when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord. And he shall send Jesus Christ, which before was preached unto you, whom the heaven must receive until the times of restitution of all things, whom God hath spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began. For Moses truly said unto the fathers, A prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me, him shall ye hear, in all things whatsoever he shall say unto you. And it shall come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. Yea, and all the prophets from Samuel, as many as have spoken, have likewise foretold of these days. Ye are the children of the prophets, and the covenant which God made with their fathers, saying unto Abraham, And in thy seed shall all the kindred of the earth be blessed. Unto you first God, having raised up his Son Jesus, sent him to bless you, and turning away every one of you from his iniquities.
Thank you, Isabella. She also memorized Acts 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8, and 6. So yeah. Next up, we have the amazing Gabriel Stitzel, but he also has another talent. It's the piano. He's going to be playing Polka Holka.
Maybe we should put a bookmark here. I forgot to.
Thank you, Gabe. That was really, really good. Next up, Ben is going to introduce our next act with only using the same letter words that starts with A.
Announcing Abby acting as Abigail Adams.
Do you want to declare that you lived a bright, brave, and beautiful life? Consistently, I exemplify these magnificent artifacts throughout my life. My parents beautifully taught me as a child and trained me to be an excellent mother and wife. Being a true patriot, I was supportive of my husband, John Adams. I fought for both my family and my country. If you follow my example, you too can live a happy life. I, Abigail Smith, lived a bright, brave, and beautiful childhood. I was born on November 11th, 1744, in Weymouth, Massachusetts. My father, who was the local minister, was Reverend William Smith. My mother, who came from a rich family, was Elizabeth Quinty Smith. I got my beautiful appearance from my mother. I earnestly wanted to go to school, but my parents forbade me to go since they felt training to be a mother and wife was more important. Sadly, this eliminated formal education for me. I would bravely spend hours in my father's library to gain a bright education without having a proper trainer to teach me. I had an older sister named Mary, a younger brother named William, and a younger sister named Elizabeth. During colonial times, women had to work very hard. Growing up in colonial times was very strenuous. My curiosity in life led me to live a courageous and happy life. Soon I became Abigail Adams since I married John Adams. I gave birth to children at a very young age. I met John Adams when I was a teenager. I thought he was handsome, curious, and an intelligent young man. We married on October 25th, 1764, and lived in Braintree, Massachusetts. On July 14th, 1765, we had our first child named Abby, also known as Nabby. We had 5 more children. However, tragically, one died at less than a year old. Frequently, John, who traveled for political reasons, and I would write loving letters to keep in touch with each other. Tending for the farm while John was away, I would care for the children, but it was still very lonely for me. Even though I was lonely, I supported all of John's political views. I love being John Adams' wife and mother of his children at such a young age. I believed that my first priority as First Lady was to help, support, and protect my husband, President John Adams. In 1775, the Revolutionary War commenced, and I would hide refugees in my house and barn because they feared they would be attacked in war. Faithfully, I would write letters to John, who showed them to Colonel George Washington, explaining what was happening. This would help them understand and sympathize with the It would also protect my husband in allowing him to understand and help protect them. In 1779, George Washington was elected first president of the United States, and John was elected the first vice president. In 1797, John Adams was elected as the second president of the United States, making me the second First Lady. John and I were the first couple to live in the White House, even though it needed a lot of repair. The community would often call me Mrs. President because they felt I was running the country more than John. I would often be heard fighting for women's rights and the freedom of all slaves. Supporting my husband, I demonstrated what it means to be an amazing patriot and faithfully supported and helped protect my husband, President John Adams. I had a bright, brave, and beautiful life, which began with loving parents. I truly love being John Adams' wife and mother of 4 children. Often, the community would call me Mrs. President since they thought I was running the country. Amazingly, I impassioned the heart of a true patriot and a faithful wife. Supporting my husband, I prioritized my role as John Adams' wife and protect and helped him. Because of my love and support for my husband, my life was bright, brave, and beautiful.
Thank you, Abby Stitzel. All A's for her speech.
Next up, we have Dottie, Joe, and Rita on the guitar and singing.
Faith, hope, and charity. That's the way you live successfully. How do I know? The Bible tells me so. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just be real good today. The Lord is right beside you. You guide you on your way. Have faith, hope, and charity. That's the way you live successfully. so. Be good to your enemies, and the blessed Lord will surely please. How do I know? The Bible tells me so. Don't worry about tomorrow, just be real good today. The Lord is right beside you, He'll guide you on your way. Have faith, hope, and charity, that's the way you live successfully. How do I know? The Bible tells me so. How about your heart? Is it right with God? That's the thing that counts today. Is it black by sin? Is it pure within? Could you ask Christ in to stay? Ooh, people only see you as you are outside, for He really knows you, for He sees inside. How about your heart? Is it right with God? That's the thing that counts today. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forests to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roam and I ramble and I follow my footsteps to sparkling sands of this diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. Everybody's singing. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Wow, that was really, really, really good. Thank you, Dottie, Rita, and Joe. All right, next up we have Kayla and Charlotte, and I've had the privilege to hear this music last night, and it's really, really good. And they'll be performing a piano duet and chopsticks.
Wow, I didn't know fingers could move that fast. No, seriously. And in reality, those two are best buddies. Caleb would never push Charlotte off the stool like that.
Next up, we have the two young men that are probably on their way to stealing Ben and my job, but we have Jeremiah and Austin with Comical Illusion.
A demonstration. Oh, I'm gonna let this thing levitate. Okay, again. Okay, just like scratch that. Okay, I'm just gonna need a volunteer in the back. Hi, what's your name?
Elijah.
Hi, Elijah. I'm gonna take out the jokers. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for this trick, I'm gonna take out 2 blacks and 2 reds. Here's 1 red. Here's another red. Ooh, and 2 blacks. So now what I'm gonna do, I want you to tell me what card you want me to take out. 1 red and 1 black. Oh yeah, and I'm just gonna cut the deck like right here. Queen of clubs, okay. I'll put it right here. And 1 red. Okay, I'm gonna stick this here. And I'm going to take the rest of the pile on top. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, this is gonna test your mind thinking. I want you to tell me what color card you think this is. Do you think it's red? Do you think it's black? And we're going to go through all the cards until we get to the Queen of Clubs and 10 of Diamonds. Okay? So what color card do you think this is?
Black.
Okay.
Red. Black. 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 Red. Black.
You're absolutely sure.
Black. Red. Black. Red. Black. Black.
Okay, tricky. Okay, so now that you think these cards are black and you think these cards are red, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to put the red card here and the black card here, and we're going to do the same thing. So what color card do you think this is?
Black. Red. Black. Red. Red. Black. Red. Black. Black. Red. Red. Black. Black. Red. Black. Red. Black. Red. Black. Black. Red. Black. Red.
And you're absolutely sure?
Red.
Okay. Okay, now that that's done, I want you to flip those cards over. I'll take these cards, and the cards you showed were all red, and the cards you said were black were all black. And this deck, the cards that he said were all red and black. How's that dramatic?
Alright, I need a chance to redeem myself.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I need a chance to redeem myself. All right, I need a volunteer. Thank you. All right. So for this trick, I'm going to pick a prediction card for the end of my trick. We'll just take that one. All right. So as you can see, this is a completely normal deck, and all of these cards are different. I want you to tell me when to stop. Stop. Positive? Yes. All right. I want you to pick one of these piles. Pick a deck. This one of these two. This one. All right. So because that's an 8, we'll take 8 cards off of this pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, this is an 8. This is an 8. My prediction card was an 8.
I'm gonna need a volunteer. Gabe. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, first let me shuffle. Or do you want to shuffle? Oh. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make 3 piles. And I want you to flip the middle card and put it here, and do it again and put it here. So flip this card and put it here, and do the same here. Now that card, this is your own personal card. I do not want to see it. Show it to the audience. I do not want to see it. Okay, what do I do with it? Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Okay, put it anywhere in the middle deck. Right. So I'm going to take the 5 of spades, put it on the bottom, and take this deck and put it on the bottom, and the 9 of clubs, put it on top, and put this on top of the other deck. And I'm going to shuffle, making that card completely in the deck.
I shuffled it while you were collecting this. I shuffled that little thing. So it's
Okay. Okay. Just gonna go over this thing.
And you promised you didn't see my card.
I was facing that way. Just doing normal. So you're sure it's in the deck?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, first, can I have some guesses what your card was?
Sure.
Okay. Was it the 9 of diamonds?
No.
You positive?
Yes.
Was it the 10 of diamonds?
No.
You positive?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Was it the ace of diamonds?
Yes.
Oh no, I messed up. Oh boy, you won.
Thank you, Austin and Jeremiah, and thank you for not cutting anyone in half. Next up, we have Haley Gould. Until last night, I thought an indoor guard was someone who stood in the White House and kept the president from getting like damaged or anything, but that's not what it is, so she's gonna perform to us Heart of Courage.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you. And I thought I had good hand-eye coordination. Wow. Thanks a lot.
Next up, we have the Wina Ither Show, the sequel.
Nice to be back with you again tonight. We have a special mini fashion show with a special guest, Ms. Rita. Some of you may remember her. She was my daughter that came with me several years ago to some of our shows in the past. She was known as not a very well-behaved little girl, affectionately known as Misery. She's much quieter and certainly much better behaved now that she's older. Tonight, she'll be modeling a unique outfit. Please welcome Ms. Rita. With a price tag of $259.95, these pajamas by Laura Ashley are a steal, because they work well for those mornings when the lady of the house gets up late, or even actually gets up in plenty of time, but has too much to do helping her husband and children get ready for work and school, and has no time to get everything ready and done for her appointments and her shopping excursion. Notice the PJs are dressed up by a bit of lace at the collar and at the cuffs. Ladies, these are go-anywhere pajamas. The top has the fashionable side slits so it can be worn out or tucked in. The ever-popular elastic waist allows you to put on or take off weight and still keep its modest fit. The trick to drawing the least amount of attention to the fact that you're wearing pajamas is to slip on a matching pair of socks and shoes. And guaranteed, they'll take most people's attention away from the pajamas. And what, you say? No time to put on that lovely eye makeup? Well, for just pennies, you may want to pick up a pair of these priceless wraparound sunglasses and skip the hours and dollars on wasted makeup. Of course, everybody knows a scarf dresses up any outfit. Now, while we certainly all would agree that it's best to have a matching scarf, well, sometimes we just don't have that match. So, ladies, why not be daring? After all, a scarf worn correctly can hide a multitude of curlers. There you have it, ladies. An outfit that keeps you sleeping all night and takes you all right on through the busiest of days. Thank you, Ms. Rita. Thank you.
Wow. I'm definitely getting myself one of those pajamas. All right. For this last one, we're gonna need your help. We have a special guest here. He doesn't come to this church, but we're gonna need you to get loud, and David's gonna call out some people.
We're gonna not so randomly call out some people. We need Steven Skiles, Josh Okamura, and Luke Brubaker to come up here, and we're gonna get real loud. Yeah. We're all crowded around.
So what are we doing?
You guys are gonna be loud. I've heard you be loud before, so we're just gonna hear you chant out Baron's name. Yeah, we're gonna, just like we did with Abby, we're gonna start out quiet and then get loud. These guys are gonna help, but obviously you guys are loud too. Yeah, you guys have voices. Let's go. Okay, so it's gonna be, this next one is Baron Lacey. Most of you know him, but it's gonna be Baron. Okay, it's gonna start out Baron. No. And then we're gonna get louder. All right, here we go.
Wait. Get back. Baron. Let's give it up for Baron!
It's a classical piece by a composer named Rachmaninoff. Yeah, there we go. One is a classical piece by a composer named Rachmaninoff, and the other one is like a semi-jazz fusion piece by an artist named Hiromi. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you, Baron. That was excellent. I taught him everything I knew. Okay, that concludes our presentation for this evening. And thank you all for coming out, and Pastor Mike's gonna close this.
Who needs a... There we go. Got to hit the on button, apparently. Who needs America's Got Talent, right? We'll have you out of here in about 45 minutes as soon as I finish my exposition of John. Just kidding. We appreciate you being here tonight and all the talent that's gone into this. I would mention everyone who's been involved, but I probably don't know everyone who's been involved. I have let this kind of go. This was the brainchild of Lynn Ritter. This was her vision. She always had the idea to have this kind of a talent show. And we thought, what better way to pair it than with an opportunity for you to give to the missions trip to Broken Arrow Bible Ranch. And so we're glad that you're here, not only to support those participating, but also we appreciate any donations that help make this missions trip to New Mexico possible. We are looking forward to seeing what God's going to do in our lives and the lives of the people that we're ministering to as we go in just a few weeks to New Mexico. So we thank you for being here for you. We thank you for coming and joining us tonight. I just want to make a quick announcement. If you were here for the dinner and you brought desserts or trays of things, if you want to make sure you pick that up on your way out tonight, they asked me to remind you to do that as you go out. But thank you for being here. We appreciate all the many hands that have gone into this, from the sound room to those who set up, to quiet little Tim behind the organ back here. Just kind of behind the scenes, but I know a big help as I plan this. But if you were involved in this planning, thank you so much. For all those who participated, thank you. This might have to become an annual event, right? So much talent and so much participation. We are grateful for each one of you and for what you are doing. So let's close our night in prayer, and we thank you for joining us. God, we thank you for this evening and just for each one who participated this evening, whether it be performing some sort of talent, whether it be behind the scenes, just planning and orchestrating, putting all of this together. We thank you for all the many hands that have made it possible. We thank you for the missions trip that's coming up as we prepare to leave on April 7th to go to New Mexico to minister with Ruth, with the Yannis, with Broken Arrow Bible Ranch, with Steve Knox and the crew there. We pray that you would continue to make all the plans and preparations for that trip come together, that all the funds would be raised, that we'd even be able to raise far more than we need, because we know that a recent need has come up to fruition that they need to raise about $150,000 before the summer starts in order to replace some plumbing and some things in their on their camp. And so we do pray that as we go, we can be a part of that, that we would be able to support their ministry, both in a tangible way as financial as well as with prayer. And we thank you for them as our missionaries, and pray that you would continue to work in and through their lives. Pray for each one tonight as we leave here, that you give us safety as we go. Help us to leave here tonight praising and glorifying you for all that we see you doing in our lives, in the life of this church and the lives of people around us. And we pray that everything we've done tonight brings honor and glory to your name. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Have a great and wonderful evening.